Every morning, before the sun fully rises, a blue flower opens its face to the light. It rises from dark water, from mud, from silence. Ancient Egyptians believed this flower was born with the sun itself, that when it opened, the world awakened, and when it closed at night, the world slipped back into mystery. But this was not just a symbol. This flower was touched, brewed, soaked in wine, and passed from hand to hand in royal feasts and secret rituals. It did not make people lose their minds. It is something quieter. It softened the edge of reality. It slowed the heart. It made the night feel longer and the dreams feel closer. This is the story of Blue Lotus, the secret flower of dreams. Welcome to Green Wisdom. Here we explore the hidden stories of plants, where history, myth, and science meet. Some plants poison, some heal, and some open quiet doors inside the human mind. The Nile moves slowly at dawn. Mist floats above the surface of the water. Fishermen prepare their nets. Priests walk toward temple steps, and floating on the river, blue petals begin to unfold. The blue lotus was everywhere in ancient Egypt, painted on tall walls, carved into temple columns, held in the hands of gods. In some creation stories, the sun god Ra emerged from a lotus that rose from the dark waters of chaos. The flower opened and light entered the world. Imagine what that image does to the human mind. A flower that rises from mud yet remains untouched by it. A flower that disappears each night and returns each morning. It is not hard to see why it became a symbol of rebirth, but symbols alone do not explain why it was used in rituals. During royal banquets, guests are often shown wearing lotus flowers around their necks. In paintings, they hold the blossoms close to their faces, almost inhaling their scent. Some historians believe the flowers were soaked in wine, not for flavor, for effect. As the petals sat in fermented drink, their natural compounds slowly blended into the liquid. The result was likely a mild, calming intoxication, different from alcohol alone. Not chaos, not madness, something slower, a warmth spreading through the chest, muscles loosening, thoughts drifting like the river itself. In temple rituals, priests may have used the flower to enter focused, meditative states. In quiet chambers lit by oil lamps with incense thick in the air, the line between waking and dreaming could blur. And that blur was not feared, it was sacred, because dreams mattered in ancient Egypt. Dreams were messages, guidance, warnings. To dream clearly was to be closer to the divine. Blue Lotus did not force visions like a violent storm. It invited them softly. There are carvings showing women holding lotus flowers during celebrations. Some scholars interpret this as a simple decoration. Others suggest that plants may have played a role in enhancing mood, connection, and relaxation during social gatherings. In a world without modern medicine, without synthetic chemicals, plants were the doorway to altered states. If a flower could ease anxiety, deepen sleep, and create gentle euphoria, it would not remain just a plant. It would become sacred. Yet, like many ancient practices, the exact preparations are partly lost. How strong was it? How much was used? Were certain varieties more potent? We don't know for sure. Modern recreations may not perfectly match the past. Climate changes, soil changes, knowledge fades, but the consistent pattern remains. This flower was valued not just for beauty, but for experience. It did not tear open reality, it made it glow. And in the quiet slow between waking and sleep, humans have always searched for meaning. When a plant consistently creates a certain feeling, people build meaning around that feeling. Blue Lotus likely calmed the nervous system. It may have reduced anxiety and encouraged relaxation. When the body relaxes deeply, breathing slows. When breathing slows, thoughts change. When thoughts change, perception shifts. This shift can feel spiritual. In ancient times, there was no word for neurotransmitters or brain chemistry. There was only experience. If drinking a lotus infused wine before ritual led to vivid dreams, emotional opens, or peaceful focus, the conclusion was simple: the flower connects us to the gods. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. If sunrise and lotus bloom happen together, they must be linked. If dreams deepen after drinking the flower, it must be sacred. From our modern perspective, we see cause and effect differently, but their interpretation was not irrational. It was based on repeated experience. They observed, they remembered, they create meaning, and meaning became myth. Today, Blue Lotus has returned to the market. You can find it as tea, extract, oil, even in herbal blends. Some people use it for relaxation, others for sleep, and some seek mild euphoria. Modern research suggests the plant contains natural compounds that gently interact with the brain's mood and relaxation systems. It is not typically considered strongly hallucinogenic. Its effects are described as subtle, calm, dreamy, lightly uplifting. But dosage matters, preparation matters, and expectations matter. The modern versions may not perfectly mirror ancient use. Different growing conditions can change strength. Commercial products vary widely, so we must be careful not to exaggerate. Blue Lotus is not magic. It is a plant that interacts with the nervous system in gentle ways, and sometimes gentle is powerful enough. There is something timeless about humans seeking gentle, altered states, not to escape reality, but to understand it differently. Blue Lotus represents a softer path, not chaos, not fear, just a slowing down. In a world that moves faster each year, perhaps the secret is not always found in extremes. Sometimes it is found in still water, in a flower opening at dawn, in the quiet space between waking and dream. If you enjoy discovering the hidden stories behind ancient plants, subscribe to Green Wisdom. More myths, more science, more forgotten knowledge waiting to bloom.